All right, now joining us on The American Dream for the first time, she is a top producer in the San Diego real estate game. She focuses on North County, and she has been pulled from Iowa into America's finest city. Kimberly Fell, good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me here.
I'm glad to have you here. So you and I have got to know each other pretty well. It's nice to finally have you on the show. So Iowa's Midwest, right?
Of course.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So I'm from the Midwest. You know, there's a lot of people that are either watching are either from somewhere else and were smart enough to get here, or they're from here and smart enough not to leave. How'd you get here?
I graduated from the University of Iowa in '89, and my sophomore and junior year, I had been in San Diego with the Hawkeye marching band because we were in the Holiday Bowl both years.
No kidding.
And that was pretty much it.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So you're a Hawkeye.
I am.
Would you believe that Julie Sewing is one of the biggest fans of the show? My mom is a Hawkeye.
Really?
You have
Is
that
she
going
from
on.
Iowa? Or?
She's from a place called Lake Okoboji. Well,
Oh,
she's not
yeah.
from there. She's from Sioux City,
Yep.
but my grandpa lived in Lake Okoboji, which there is a very small number of people that are watching this show right now that know Lake Okoboji, which is the most amazing place in the world. I will retire there. That's the ultimate goal.
That's great.
Yeah, who leaves to go to Iowa? But
Yeah.
you gotta
I
hear what it's
have
like.
on my profile that I'm from Iowa, and I have people all the time call me and say, "Oh, my grandparents are from Iowa. We used to go to Lake Okoboji every summer," and it cracks me up.
It's this hidden gem. This show is called The American Dream, right? So it's not just San Diego stuff. It's a lake, and it's a part of the country that people should know about. It's amazing. We used to take a drive up there all the time. But anyway, speaking of places and real estate, so you're doing big things in the real estate market here in San Diego. We're halfway through the year. What do you have to say about the market so far this year?
The market is strong. The market's still going up. Luckily, it's going up at a more reasonable pace,
Right.
to ensure that we don't have problems. But as far as single-family residences, a year ago, the average was 764,000, and we're up to 805,000 for single-family residences in
Yep.
North County. And time on market has gone down from 40 days to sell a year ago to down to 33. So
if it goes on the market, it's going to sell pretty quickly.
yes, a reasonably priced, decent condition home will sell very, very quickly right now.
I think that anybody, whether you own a home or not, I think everybody wants to see the real estate market go up, right? No one wants to
Yeah.
experience what we did in 2008. But you had mentioned it's better to not go up too much, I guess, as if it was overheating.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable with the way prices are appreciating right now? Are we getting bubbly at all?
I don't think we're getting bubbly. I think we're within about 5% of where we were when we hit the bubble. But that time, it was not only the prices, but it was obviously mostly the mortgages that kind of caused that bubble to burst. And
Yeah.
I don't foresee that happening again.
And that's an important takeaway for our audience here today, that back from 2000, I don't know, there's a big window, but let's just call it 2003 to 2008 that led to that market crash. Financing was being given to everyone. The people that you're helping to buy, and you're helping people buy and sell, most of the people that you're sitting down with or connecting to your mortgage team, they're qualified buyers. Very different than before.
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, it's becoming a little bit easier than a couple years ago, but you have to qualify now. There's no, funny business in
Yeah.
the lending. So
Which is a
when
good
you
thing.
have a qualified buyer, they're usually ready to go.
So let's talk about North County, because that is a market that you know very well. First of all, why do you love North County?
I love North County because you get the benefits of being in the big city of San Diego
Yeah.
without as much of the congestion, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit more peaceful.
What areas do you like up there? I mean, there's so many different, when we talk about North County, I mean, what exactly is it? That's Solana Beach, Encinitas, Cardiff,
Yeah.
Del Mar,
Yep.
right?
And then as far east as like Escondido and Rancho Bernardo, I actually focus mostly in Vista and Oceanside. That's kind of my favorite little niche.
Okay. Now, as far as those different areas, are there any areas that you like better than the others?
Well, the beach area in Oceanside is completely changing. Lots of cool new restaurants.
So are we growing into Oceanside? Because I know for years that wasn't necessarily the best beach area, but have you seen some advancements there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, a little 2-bedroom bungalow in South Oceanside or in Seaside down by the coast is selling very, very quickly for probably at least, I don't know, 600,000.
Wow, so you can get into a beachy town, because you couldn't do that in La Jolla. You couldn't
No.
do that in PB.
No.
So if you go a little bit more north, you can find yourself still living on the beach, or around the beach, I should say, for a affordable price range.
Yeah. Yep.
How about the inventory, right? We always hear, not always, but recently we've heard that the inventory is very low. Home goes on the market, tough to lock down. You just mentioned 33 days on the market. How do we navigate the low inventory?
Well, I'd say it's more of a situation in the 600 and below range. There's very little inventory. Anything in that price range is going to have very likely multiple offers. So I would say that the 33 is much less in that price range, and what probably takes it up to the 33 is that the homes 600 and above take a little bit longer. But especially in those lower ranges, I mean, you better be ready to go.
So you mentioned in between the break that you actually put like 10 homes into escrow recently. So on these listings, how do you, if you could get advice to the buyers out there, what's the best way to make a compelling offer on a listing that you might have that would help get that offer accepted?
I would say my best advice is to not worry about if you're getting the best price. Most agents are going to price the homes realistically, and it's pretty much what the seller wants. And when you hear of people and they're like, oh, we've put in 9 offers on homes, we just can't get one.
Yeah.
My thinking is give the seller what they want. You can't overpay, especially if you're getting a loan. You have an appraisal to ensure that you don't. So if it's the house that you really want, I don't think I'd worry about the $3,000, the $5,000.
Right. So negotiate on better terms with the seller. Don't nitpick things, contingencies, things like that.
Yeah.
Let them go in a low inventory market.
Yep.
Kimberly Fell with Home Smart Realty West. Good to have you on the show for the first time. We've pulled you from Iowa. Now you're doing some great things here in San Diego. And we learned a little bit about North County today. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.